Hey Cardfighters, just a quick heads up. Our mics were acting up during this recording, so the audio might be a little off. We appreciate your patience and hope you still enjoy the video. If you do, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment to let us know how we can improve the channel. Thanks for watching.
Hi, my name is Trenton D, and I am a part of Clairvoyance. I am also currently in the top 5 of the country on BG Paradox rankings. I've been playing since the release of set BT05 of the original series, so Awakening of Twin Blades, and that was the set I did just released. Was when I first started playing. So. Okay, so everyone thinks that my favorite nation is Dragon Empire because my favorite deck of all time is Nirvana Java, but in reality I hate the majority of the decks from that nation, so, but if I could pick, the decks I seem to enjoy playing the most is Keter Sanctuary, and that's partially because my favorite clan is the Shadow Paladins. Oh, I actually have a great answer for this one. So, my favorite deck in Standard currently is Leal Odium. I love that it draws a bunch of cards, I love that it's very aggressive, it hits big numbers, and it allows me to play around the Overtrigger quite frequently. In V Premium, my favorite deck is either, before it died, it was Mordred Phantom with Blaster Dart, and then when it ended, it was Raging Form Dragon. That deck is just so much fun, just a turn card sideways. And then in Premium, it's either going to be Night Rose, just because of the skill expression that deck gives you, because the world is your oyster, and I've never had a more fun mirror match that I just love playing. Or if it's not Night Rose, it's going to be Grand Gallop, because he was my favorite boy in G, and some of my best memories are with him. So that's one of my favorite decks that I made into Premium. So my favorite Vanguard related memory actually involves Grand Gallop. I was playing against the best player that Texas has ever produced. His name's Joey, or JoJo for short, and he was playing Chronovisor Heritage on me, but he had set up double Chronovisor Heritage, so he was able to skip my turn 2 turns in a row, and I still was left standing at 5 damage, 1 card in hand, and I drew for turn, and I looked at him and I said, "Go big, go home." And that was his saying, and he goes, "Go big, go home," and I went, "Okay." By paying the same cost as my Vanguard, Ultimate Stride into start, and Grand Gallop had a grade 3 that says Soul Blast 1, I gain plus 12k, so my Vanguard was a base 50k swing at him 3 times, and he had to take one of those attacks, and it had to be the first one, and there was a 50% chance that I flipped a critical trigger on that drive check, and my drive check was the critical trigger, and it was a game of all time, and he literally was like, "I have never respected this deck until now," and he shook my hand really well. Unfortunately, my team lost that match, but it was still just one of my favorite memories today. So my first Vanguard deck was Majesty Lord Blaster, but it wasn't like a good Majesty Lord Blaster. So I had stuff like Gansalot to search for Blaster Blade, only 2 Star Call Trumpeters, and 2 Palamedes. So, and then like there was like a bunch of like other jank stuff. So like Gordon, for example, it was by no means optimized, but it was a very fun deck at the time. Ooh, and the whole franchise.
The whole franchise.
God. That's tough. So, if you would ask me that question before I watched all of Overdress, I would have said Ren Suzugimori, primarily because he's hot and his voice is very silky smooth. However, after watching Overdress, I love Yu. Yu Kondo is a great character, but then most recently Yu was overtaken by Erika Myojo. Her story is great, she's pretty, but her deck is super fun, even though it's mid as heck, but it's, so I'm gonna end up giving it to Erika Myojo, honestly. So, unfortunately, I haven't been to every single BCS in North America as of today. I have topped every single BCS, but I've come short constantly to get my invite, so Pasadena will be my very last BCS for the season, and I'm going to be playing Odium and just praying to God I don't get over-triggered 11 times, like in Tampa. And then for BSF, I'm going to try to attend at least 2, because Georgia has, in my opinion, the best regionals you can ever travel to. And then obviously Houston, and then maybe Vancouver, just because I went to Vancouver for BCS and I loved it there. There was like a great katsu place that me and my teammate could not shut up about that we really want to go back to. Okay, so
this is when you start bragging about yourself.
Oh, I love bragging. So for Houston at least, I've won 3 Clash of Nations in a row. One of which I didn't drop a single game, and then making 2nd place in the Champion of Nations, where I didn't scoop in finals. And then with BSF 2024, I made top 8 playing Nirvana Java in Prime Luar Nui meta, and then in later in Georgia BSF, I went 10-0 with Nirvana Java in Team League, and then ended up getting 3rd place in Georgia. And then for Tri-Reg, I played Grand Gallop Premium, and I also got 3rd place in Tri-Reg with the same team. I then proceeded to get top 16 in BCS Sacramento, top 8 in BCS Georgia, top 8 in BCS Houston. I was the bubble in BCS Philly. I was top 16 in BCS Vancouver. All of this is for standard except Sacramento. Sacramento was premium. And after Vancouver, there was Rosemont. There was some issues, but I was able to make top 32 in premium, and unfortunately lost to the great Kevin Cho. And then most recently in BCS Tampa, I made top 32. I made it all the way to top 16, to where I played against God's strongest prison player. And then hopefully, I mean, we're going for our 4th Clash of Nations win, so I can hold the crown of most Clash of Nations victory in Texas. I want to see some more competitive drive. I'm gonna be honest. In Houston, there is only a handful of people that have this competitive drive. In Austin, there's one person that challenges me. And they don't really have that competitive drive nor the want to get better. So, and in Dallas, same thing. There's like a handful of people that just don't have that competitive drive. The majority of the competitive drive is coming from San Antonio, and I feel like is what is keeping that rivalry up, because I'm gonna be honest, if we all don't have that competitive drive, then we can't help each other get better. By being competitive with each other, it makes each other want to play better, play stronger, and in the end, it brings the best out of everybody if we all have that competitive drive. So. Shout out to my sponsors, Astral Gaming. Shout out to my team, Clairvoyance, Noah's Wares. Shout out to Team Ham for hosting some of the best events in Houston. And shout out to, I don't know the name of the team, so forgive me, Peter, but shout out to Austin for finally streaming these events and getting it more out there, so that hopefully we can have Clash of Nations grow to its 50, 60 count tournaments that we used to have. For everybody, please continue to support me in Pasadena to see me on that podium and get that Worlds invite finally. And I'm going to do my best to not let y'all down and represent Texas.
Yeehaw!